everybody. How you guys doing? Welcome to Two Real Geeks, Weekly Geek Entertainment News. Hey everybody. Hey Jonathan, Big Tim, all the people in the chat. Hey Zool. As always, we have men in the chat for us. Hey Tony. Hey Phantasmic. I know who you are. Government there. Alright, so this is going to be our what to look for coming out in March. I'm going to start off by quickly going over some of the stuff that was coming out in February, what was great, what to look for, and then we'll get into the new stuff. So, let's see where my February stuff was. Oh, okay, here it is. I got like papers. Alright, so some stuff that we talked about last month that did come out that I can remember. So we did mention Lock and Key a few times. Excellent Netflix series based off the graphic novel by Joe Hill. King. Really awesome, right up the geek alley, so definitely check that out. It was really good. We mentioned the show last. Not okay with this. It came out this past week. It was actually really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Obviously, the series is going to continue, but what it's been so far, the first season of it was really good, easy to get into, and also a series to watch. I'm not okay with this. I don't remember exactly how many episodes there were, between 6 and 8. But all of the episodes were between around 20, like they're all around 20 minutes, give or take. So I put it on and watched these in a little over 2 hours and didn't even realize when it ended. I was like, what happened? But already looking forward to the next season going on. So check out I Am Not Okay With This on Netflix. Excellent. Checked out a movie that came out this All the Bright Places. It was really well done. That was also on Netflix. I don't get too into the movies a lot. I'll mention like some of the on. So I don't list every like movie necessarily that's coming out on Netflix, Hulu, and the like. But I'll throw a couple in there if they or if I happen to catch them, and I think you'll enjoy them. It was, you know, an older teen themed sort of series. It's in tone. But it was really well done. So that's one that you could definitely check out. The Outside, we've talked about that one a few times, based off the Stephen King novel. Next weekend will be the final episode. It's been really an season. I enjoyed The Outsider. So if you're into that kind of creepy stuff, check it out. Oh, there's another movie I caught on Netflix that we didn't discuss on any of the prior streams. So there's this movie called The Horse Girl with Allison, I'm blanking on her last name right now. She's from Community, and then she's in the Glow series on Allison Brie. No, yeah, maybe. She is from Glow on Netflix. She plays the main character in Glow. So she did this movie called The Horse Girl. Netflix. It is bizarre. Like, it was good, and I was into it the whole time. And I was like, okay, can't wait to get to the end and figure out what's really going on. I never quite got to that point of figuring out exactly what was going on. But it was a good watch. It's worth checking out for sure. While we're talking about movies, a little bit about the Candyman trailer that came out this week, since that is big news in the geek and horror world. You know, we are horror fans. So the Candyman trailer came out this week. Now, initially a 30-second like teaser came out. Really mixed reviews. I didn't actually even see the teaser. It never kind of popped up in my realm of social media. But the actual day later. So I did see the actual trailer for the new Candyman movie, which is directed by Nia DaCosta, not directed by Peel is a producer and he was a writer for the movie, but he is not the director. The director is Nia DaCosta. And it looks good. Like, you know, and anybody who knows me or has been around knows that I'm not a fan of the remake, reboot, whatever in general. Not a fan of it. Like, I feel like if you want to make a movie, like, come up with a story, come up with some original material, hashing the same stuff that was amazing in the first place, or you wouldn't be doing it again. You're only gonna bring it down, you know. Like, I'm not a fan of that. So, I went into watching the Candyman trailer with like deep reservations, like deep-seated horror fan. It's going to be another Child's Play or whatever kind of reservations, but was really pleasantly surprised by the Candyman. It looks really good, and I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to seeing the movie. It got me so psyched up that we went back and, like, it's on Netflix. You can watch the original Candyman, which we did, just to kind of get into the spirit. The still a great. I almost said a bad word. I almost said bad A word. But it's an awesome movie. Kicks butt. Stuff. So definitely rewatch Candyman to get prepped. But I like how they did it. I like that they have the original girl that what the hell is her name? The neighbor whose baby gets taken and everything like that, and she, so like new Candyman, and just like the little part they showed of her on the trailer was so creepy. I was like, yes, I'm into it. So really looking forward. I saw the Invisible Man movie that just came out, and that was another one that I was kind of watching for people to generally they were pretty positive. You know, you're always going to get a handful of people who are like, it sucks. In general, the reaction that I saw to the Invisible Man when it came out on Friday was pretty positive. People were kind of like on whether they liked Elizabeth Moss in it or not. So I was kind of felt like I needed to give this one a watch and see what I personally felt about it. Checked it out, and I think it was pretty well done. It was an interesting take on an old story. It doesn't feel that like remake feel to it at all. It, you know, like we've all seen like Hollow Man or the original Invisible Man or different, you know, movies in that vein. Hey Scooby, hey GC. But so it's kind of like, yeah. But I kind of like the twist that they put on the story, the take of the whole thing. There's a couple scenes that are just bananas. And Elizabeth Moss, here's my take on her in general. I have never really been a fan of hers until The Handmaid's. Like, before The Handmaid's Tale, the only thing I liked her in, like, I liked her in the first thing I saw her in, which was Girl Interrupted with Angelina Ryder. Which, if anybody hasn't ever seen Girl Interrupted, definitely a movie that you want to check out. It is pretty good. And is in that movie when she was very young, like a teenager. And she was excellent. Like, it's a difficult role. She did it really well. But I never liked anything she was in after that. Like, her as herself never quite just did it for me. Then The Handmaid, she fits that role very well. And it's a really difficult part to play, and I think she did a great job with it. So, people who saw The Invisible Man were like, oh, I liked it, but I didn't like her, kind of a thing. So I kind of thought I might feel the same way about it, but honestly, I thought that she, I started off thinking maybe she wasn't the right one for that role, but as I got more into the movie, I kind of feel like if a lesser actress, it wouldn't have gone as well as a movie. You know, there's certain scenes where she's supposed to be fighting with this, you know, invisible man, or she's being, but you know that she has to play that just, you know, by herself. And I really feel like a lesser actress would not have pulled it off as well. Certain things, I think that she fulfilled her job with that role, and it's worth checking out. So look for The Invisible Man. Whoa, it's so mind-blowing, you have to go see it in the theater, but it's definitely a good watch, so check it out if you have the opportunity. Bippity boppity boop. Okay, so I'll start with the upcoming stuff that's going to be coming out in March. I'm going to forewarn you, our streaming services, not a whole lot. Like, and it's weird because when I choices for the month, there were so many of them. Like, so many. I was like, oh, this is going to be such a long stream tonight. I'm like, we're going to have so much stuff to talk about. And I do like hours of research on everything for you guys before I come out here, so that I can let you know, like, what it seems like and yada, yada, yada. To see if it'll even be something that to what I feel our geeks would love and our geek adjacent followers and friends. But so now stuff listed. A lot of movies coming out. A lot of, like, a good handful of series, like probably 10 different series that are coming out. As like a lot of movies. When I went to look them all separately, almost all of them, like 90% of them, are like foreign series or movies that are either going to be subtitled or dubbed to an English version. I have a really hard time watching stuff like that. I mean, I kind of get into the story, so it like people's mouths are moving, but their voices are saying something totally different. Kind of have a hard time like getting into the story when it's so disjointed like that. Titled things. Put it this way: if it's subtitled, I can watch it. It has to be really, really, really good though, because if I'm doing this, I have to like pay attention to everything that, you know, because you have to read everything. And I have a tendency to not really do that when I watch things, something else. So not always my favorite thing. So I will mention the ones that look like they have normal made in America potential to them. Like, of the movies that are coming out, and there's a lot, one really that seemed sort of normal, but it's like, okay, so it's this movie called Special with Mark Wahlberg, that comedian Isla Schlesinger, blonde girl. She does a lot of specials on Netflix. So Post Malone. Are we doing that now? Are we putting idiots like that in movies? Really? Post Malone? Okay. So It's an actiony type whatever that more than likely I won't watch, but you never know. Could be good. We'll see. There's a lot of new seasons of shows coming out on next. Ozark, which is a great show. Elite, Castlevania, On My Block, The Protector, Kingdom, Greenhouse, another kind of decent show. Paradise PD, Carmen Sandiego. There's like a plethora of new seasons to those that are coming out this month. If you're into stand-up comedy a lot here, but one thing I did notice that's coming out on Netflix this month, there's this dude Bert Kreischer, and he has a show coming out on Netflix this month. He is really funny. He has other specials on Netflix. If you're watch the one called The Machine, where he talks about how he hung out with the Russian mafia on a school trip. Like, this dude is really funny. So I'm definitely gonna. Also, if you're into comedy, the Pete Davidson stand-up, Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live had a stand-up special come out on Netflix last week. I liked it. I like Pete Davidson. I know a lot of people give the kid a hard time. I think he's funny. So I enjoyed it. And I'm definitely out the Bert Kreischer special because I think he's really funny. I've always kind of been a stand-up fan. Yes, I'm saying Post Malone may be a mistake. Let's see, what else? So the new, again, a lot of them are not like American-made series. A couple look kind of interesting. There's a series called 100 Humans. They take different people and do different, I don't know what kind of experiments exactly, like sociological. It's not like a fictional series. It's more of like, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see when it comes out, but that's coming out. The only other one that was very made series is Self-Made, which is it's a limited series, so there won't be like a second season or anything like that. About the like fucker who was, I think, the first African American business owner, female business owner, and so the series coming up about her. That's toward the end of the month, and that show Altered Carbon, which put out their second season this past February. They're going to be putting out, I don't know exactly what it is, if it's like a spin-off. It's called Altered Carbon Re-Sleeved, and that'll be out on, it's one that I haven't really gotten into yet, as I mentioned last month, but I do mention it because it seems sort of sci-fi-ish and into that, so. There's a movie coming out called Feel Good that had a couple of other recognizable people. Kind of dramatic looking, but it looked possibly okay. Series called, oh no wait, maybe Feel Good was a series. I saw it listed in two different places, and one place had it listed as a movie, and one place had it listed as a series. It might be a series. I'll have to check on that because the internet doesn't seem to know. And there's a series called Unorthodox. This is another dramatic thing that is about a woman from Brooklyn who escapes an arranged marriage and flees to Berlin. It looks really well done, but very like serious. Not our usual fun and light fare. Let's see, so I think that's pretty much like the long and short of Netflix for March. I'm having a hard time keeping I'm talking about right now. My brain is still floating around in February. Hulu. Hulu for like original Hulu series coming out. Oh, one is a movie, I think. Yeah. Okay. So they have one series coming out March 18th everywhere. That one also looks kind of dramatic. It's with Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington. And I'm having the hardest exactly what this is about. It is based off a book. And that's about what I know about it. It seems similar-ish, sort of. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out on that one. And on, I think that's supposed to say 6. No, I could be wrong. I don't know. But you know how like Hulu likes to do those Into the Dark series horror movies. So they have one called Crawlers, which is apparently supposed to be. They love to theme things for the holidays. So like there was a Valentine's Day one, there was a New Year's one. Like there's always like every holiday, Hulu likes to do an original kind of horror movie that ties in with the holidays. So this one is the St. Patrick's Day one. So it starts off with like a bunch of people on St. Patrick's Day, and somehow ends up with alien body switching or something about aliens. That's pretty much what I know about it. It's called Crawlers. I expect it to be kind of terrible. Once in a while, one of these Hulu movies is like kind of good, and I'm like, what? But a lot of them are just kind of cheesy horror. But cheesy horror has its own, so I don't hate on it too much. I think we all need some cheesy horror. You know, we can't leave it all in the 80s. Gotta bring it into today. So those are the Hulu. What else did I check? Apple Plus had the 6th, so that'll be this week sometime. Amazing Stories. Now it's going to be an anthology series like the original was. There was originally a series called Amazing Stories, came out in like 1985. And every week would be a different kind of creepy little. It's not exactly like a Tales from the Crypt, but it is along that vein. So they're doing, Apple Plus is doing an Amazing Story. It's going to be done by Steven Spielberg, which is always a good thing. So that'll be coming out on Apple Plus this week. I'm going to be looking out for sure. I think that was really all I saw that was notable for Apple Plus. Like there's a movie called The Banker with Samuel L. Jackson and Anthony Mackie, which might be good, but it's you know, action, you know, Samuel Jackson's movie. So not too much for like series and stuff for Apple Plus this month. Also not too much from Amazon. There were 3 that bared mentioning. A show called Zero, which is a very actiony type drug smugglers fighting kind of movie. I mean series, I guess. Not my thing personally, but if you're into that sort of thing, boop. I haven't gotten to check out Hunters on Amazon Prime yet. But from everything I hear, it is an excellent series. I'm going to be checking that out hopefully this week. There's a series called The Pale Horse, an Agatha Christie based series, and which is basically Amazon Plus's version of Project Runway. So Heidi Klum and Tim Gunn, who did the original Project Runway, are going to be a Runway-esque show on Amazon. which is weird because Project Runway is still on. They could have just kind of stayed on it, but whatever. So I think that's it for our streaming services. I didn't get a chance to check out a new on Disney Plus. There, like a new season came out of Clone Wars. Which one, Danny? New season of Clone Wars came out on Disney Plus. But other than that, which is great for the Star Wars people. But other than that, like, there just doesn't seem to be much going on Disney Plus for adults. All the new series, everything I see is like aimed at kids, so I'm kind of feeling like Disney Plus has limited options for adult viewers. But then a whole thing came out with like now FX and Hulu have teamed up, and there's this whole Hulu Disney's involved. Like, I kind of like read this article saying that like basically it was Disney's way of forcing people to know. I can't really figure out at this point which shows are going to be exclusively on Hulu, which are going to be both X and Hulu, or how it's all going to work. I'm going to have to really watch as it all unfolds, which I should get a great idea this next month, because as much as streaming services didn't have a lot of releases for this month, TV releases, a lot of new series coming out on different things, a lot of so as my streaming might be a little lacking this month, my TV is going to be right on point. So, and as a lot of you know, I'm collecting my March release of the rest of season 7 of Blacklist, which I do love, even though this season has been, and I don't like the chick on it that they have playing Katarina or whatever. I just like don't like her personally, but still love Blacklist. So months ago they said that the season was supposed to break in December or whatever and continue in March. I have looked at no mention of a date that the rest of the episodes are coming on, so I don't know if that got pushed back or what the deal is, but Blacklist, but I have a super fun and fabulous list of shows that are coming out. So this show is listed as an FX Hulu show. So I do not know at this point. I have to wait until it actually comes out, which will be on this week. I'll have a better idea of how this whole thing is working. Okay, so this is in Hulu. It's called Devs. It is a drama, but it seems like a very interesting sort of like creepy or sort of menacing kind of. I don't want to say stuff, but I don't know. Honestly, until I see it, I can't really give you like a full on that one. But Nick Offerman from no. Yes, I was correct. You know, Nick Offerman. He's hilarious. And I love him. And he is crazy, dude. He does not look like himself. Got really long hair. Looks pretty crazy. I'm definitely gonna be checking that out. But again, FX Hulu show. So if you have Hulu, it'll definitely be on there. I don't know if it'll be on FX as a separate series, available on TV or not like it, but we'll let you know for sure exactly how all that's gonna work. Oh, backwards those. Okay. Boop. so in like 2 days, so I think Wednesday, there's a show called Dave that's starting. It's an FX show, Hulu as well, but this one I'm pretty sure is definitely on FX the station. So the show called Dave with Lil Dicky. It's produced by Kevin Hart. Really funny. I love Lil Dicky. I think he's hilarious. I'm really looking forward to it. Hey, Shelly. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be checking that one out. I'll let you guys know. Season 4 of that show, Better Things, will be coming out on the 5th. There's a new show called Breeders, which looks very like haha parent comedy, which isn't necessarily my thing, but might be some of your things. So could be really funny. Maybe I'll love it. Maybe I won't. We'll find out. That show Cake, that was a season 2 on the 6th. So a lot of stuff popping up on FX this week, and like the whole FX Hulu thing is just like a lot of new series coming out there and a lot of new seasons dropping. So that show Cake, which I and kept passing over when I was like writing out the like new seasons that were coming out, because I was like, oh, what's that? Something on Food Network? It is nothing on Food Network. It is I don't know what to call it. Not a clip show, like sort of like robots, where it's like different things like in one episode that aren't necessarily related to each other. So probably compare it to Would Be Robot Chicken, but a little bit different. But really interesting. I checked it out and only saw like 1 episode so far, but I really liked it. Cake. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so there's a docuseries also coming out this week. I don't know if you guys are all into that. We kind of like documentary stuff, you know, interesting, of course, if it's bleh. So this is going to be a docuseries. So it's going to, I don't know. Jesus, dude, don't. Danny just literally, I don't know what he was trying to do, but I turned around and he's crawling into the room like the Ring girl, scared the Thank you, Danny. Oh my gosh. Come here, puppy. Come here. Come sit with Mama. Come here. That's my puppy. This is my puppy. Say hi, people. Hi, people. You want to talk about some more stuff? Okay, so let's tell them about this. So we're gonna watch a docuseries. You're gonna see it too, right? You're gonna see it. It's called The Most Dangerous Animal of All, and there's a book, I believe, by the same name. That was the series about this guy who looks into his father and finds out that that his father might be the Zodiac killer. So yeah, that's like right up our serial killer loving alley, and I will definitely be checking that out. It's called The Most Dangerous. It's on FXX. And that'll be, what is that, Thursday the 6th? I'm not positive about the dates. I think Thursday is. There's a new show coming out on NBC called Council of Dads, which is another like dramatic series that apparently was supposed to start and then got pushed back a few weeks, but it is 10. I'm not sure how it'll be or what the basis is, but what's her face? Sarah Wayne Callies from The Walking Dead, who played Laura from way back when, because what did Lori die in, like season 3 or something like that? Oh no. Hey Robin. Um, yeah, so don't know how that's gonna be out there since we got some Walking Dead people in it. Um, what did I write down? I can't read my own handwriting, so bear with me. Hmm. Oh, okay. There's an HBO series, yes, coming out. Starts on the 16th. It's called The Plot Against America. That one's this one about it's like during World War II, but it's about like a Jewish family that lives like in the U.S. I think they New York or something like that. Looks interesting. So check that out. That show Motherland Fort Salem is coming on FX2. I didn't even kind of write down where that one was. Like you think that was a show that would be right up my witch alley. It's like a spooky little witch, and I like all those kind of like shows and stuff like that. But the commercials I've seen for that show seem a little extra to me. I don't even know how else to describe it, really. It just seems extra. So I'll probably check it out at some point, but I don't hold super high hopes for it. And it always kills me when they come out with these like, oh, like witch hangings and like it's such a ridiculous twist on history. Like, yes, people got hanged and otherwise executed for being witches, but like none of them were on in a like they were just normal old people, super religious, like whatchamacallits, not Quakers. Literally was about to say the word and then it just like ran out of my brain and mouth all at the same time. The Netflix series Salem was good. I liked that one. But yeah, so I always like wonder if these like Danny and I went to Salem and stuff like that. Like we go to this thing and I'm like, I wonder if these poor people who got like executed for being suspected, like how do they feel about all these people coming to their grave and being like, I'm a witch, woohoo, you're my people. And they're probably down there like, burn the witch. Like seriously, it's such a weird dynamic that like witches have kind of like embraced these people for being witches, but like they weren't. And I wonder how like they would feel about that whole scenario. Very weird. Yeah, right? Salem would have been some serious, like we have to get back there and do videos from Salem. Like we have to, because it was one of my favorite trips for sure. I loved Salem. It was great. It was really just like such an awesome trip. Don't go in October. Like we went in September and that was like the perfect time because it's fall. It's getting toward their big season, but it's not in the middle of it. So you can still kind of get around the town, you know, not have too much trouble like parking and yada yada, doing different things. You know, like going to eat at the famous breakfast place in Salem and all that, where we had famous pancakes and they were great. Yeah, right. And I have a little witch mark. I have my witch's mole. It's pretty crazy. But Salem is so fun. Like, if you're we spent so much time just like photographing the different cemeteries and stuff like that. The gravestones there are so like old and stuff, like just the way that they look, the way that they're made, really cool. Like I don't know why back in like the 18 whatevers, like they they like skulls on like the tombstones and stuff. It's so bizarre because you would like never see that now. But skulls on tombstones and like little, it's like, oh, it's so weird. Really, really cool. We had an awesome time in Salem. The restaurants were good. The like shops. I mean, there's like a to go like and you can really like there's a line painted where you can just follow the line and walk around the town. So cool. Really, really cool. If you ever 100% worth it. Great trip. We loved it. Check it out. So on the, is that the 18th? I believe it was the 18th that I wrote since I was like very fast writing. The show True Terror with Robert Englund comes on the Travel Channel. So that out because we love Robert Englund, the only real Freddy, the only Freddy, the only Freddy, the only Freddy. And take it from me, and you know how I know? Because I grew up on Elm Street. So you cannot play. I'm an original child of Elm Street. I grew up on Elm Street in the 80s. Elm Street in the 80s. Live with the real, very real terror of being like a 7-year-old in the 80s living on Elm Street. Okay? I know Freddy. Me and Freddy are So, super psyched about that. Definitely be checking out Robert Englund show. Okay, and then on the History Channel, which is not one that I'm usually primed to mention, but so we're like all the way at the end of the month here. There is a series, which I'm sure is going to be some sort of limited series. I don't, maybe not. Who knows? It might be an ongoing series. I guess we'll have to watch it and really find out. It's called The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. If anybody knows about Skinwalker Ranch, it is a ranch that is a hotbed of paranormal activity. Alien things, animal things, like there's a documentary called The Hunt for the Skinwalker that was already done about it. The documentary is on Hulu if you want to check it out, but I'm going to warn you, I had the hardest time watching this I love documentaries like that, like paranormal type stuff or like alien stuff. We love those kind of documentaries. But I fell asleep I think 3 times before I actually got through the whole thing of Hunt for the Skinwalker because it's just a weird, it's not hard to understand at all. It's just put together in just a bizarrely drab sort of way. I don't know. But it's a super crazy so yeah, they have a series coming out on the History Channel about it, and I'm really kind of psyched for it because I want to get a little more story, but the documentary was tough for me, so I'm hoping the series is going to be a lot easier to get sucked into. I am definitely going to be looking for. And I think that is it. What do you think, puppy? Hey, you think I'm a beautiful girl? Are we all done? Are we all done? Did we tell the people everything? Yeah, so check it out. A little bit of stuff for you to check out coming up this month. We'll be seeing and how it is and all that fun stuff. If there's anything that you love and think that we would like to check out and share with everybody on the Weekly Geek, drop a comment, let us know. I love to check stuff out like that and take suggestions. So, I think that's it. Alright, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us for another Monday of entertainment. Danny and Tony will not be on tomorrow night. Unfortunately, they have to take care of, so they won't be able to be with you tomorrow, but Danny and I will be here Wednesday night for game night. So check us out, 8 o'clock on Wednesday. 8 o'clock, right? 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock on Wednesday for game night. And our regular days and all that fun stuff that we do. But yeah, thank you guys so much. It was great hanging out with you as always every Monday and again on Wednesday for game night. Bye.